Do you have time for one more readathon? Hello, my lovely friend, it's Margaret. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am here to announce that the Eras Readathon is coming back for a third and final year. This is a Taylor Swift themed readathon inspired by her record-breaking Eras tour. This time around, we are doing bracket-based showdowns where you are trying to get your favorite album to the top. Each book you read during a round will count towards one vote for your favorite album. I wanted to keep things relatively simple this year because I know that it is a really busy time of year for everyone. We've all got a lot on our plate. We've all got a lot of things that are going on. We will get into it in a bit, but each round is going to have a little bit more generic prompt that will give people, I feel, a little bit more freedom, a little bit more creativity. Those of you that were here for the first year of the Eras Readathon may remember that there was a prompt for every single song. I sat down and did prompts for all 10 of her at that time released studio albums. If you want the challenge, you are welcome to swap out one of the song-based prompts for the generic round prompt that will be happening with each round. I know some of you are going to be going, Margaret, she has 11 albums now, and yes, you are correct, she has 11 albums, and I have come up with 31 new prompts for that album. So there will be a graphic for the Tortured Poets department. Those prompts will still be there. You are welcome to use them instead of using the generic round prompt that we will be doing for each round. You can even stack them on top of that generic round prompt if you really want to challenge yourself. But for this readathon, there are 4 official prompts, the bare minimum that you need to focus on. So how does this work? Number 1, you are going to read a book that matches the prompt or prompts for your favorite album. Each book you read equals 1 vote. All books do need to be submitted by 11:59 Eastern time on the final day of that round in order to count as a vote. Because of how quickly this readathon is going, I will not have a lot of wiggle room. People are just going to start going straight into the next round. That's because we do not have a lot of time with this readathon. Once a round closes, you will find out the next morning which albums made it to the next round. And then you just rinse and repeat for the next round. The rounds will be as follows. Round 1. This is the elimination round. It's running from December 13th through December 16th. You may have noticed that Taylor has an odd number of albums, and that doesn't really work well when you're trying to do a bracket-style readathon. So we've got to narrow it down to the top 8 albums. You are not required to have every book you read match to the same album that you did at first. You are welcome to vote for more than one album. You just can only use one book per vote. The theme for round 1 is going to be aggressive color blocking, which means that you are going to try and look for that album's primary color somewhere on the cover of your book. I am using the emoji hearts that Taylor and Taylor Nation use. Those are the colors that I'm going by. Yes, I am aware debut is blue-green. It is not green. We don't have a blue-green emoji. You would read a book with green on it for Taylor Swift. You would read a book with yellow or gold on it for Fearless. You would read a book with purple on it for Speak Now, red for Red, obviously, light blue for 1989, black for Reputation, pink for Lover, gray for Folklore, orange for Evermore, dark blue for Midnights, and white for Tortured Poets. Now, once we have narrowed it down to the 8 albums that you guys want to put into the bracket-style competition, we will be going on to round 2, which will run from December 17th to December 19th. The theme for this one is visual vibes. You are going to want to match some object or element on the cover of your book to the visuals for the album. This can be album art, this can be visuals on tour, this can be merch. Some possible examples are like clouds or hearts for Lover, a cabin on the cover for Folklore, or even like something with like a guitar on the cover for Taylor Swift. The winners of each bracket for round 2 will move on to round 3, which is December 20th through the 22nd. This time around, the theme is going to be song titles. So you pick a song off of the album that you want to vote for, and then you will try and find a title that has some of those words in the title of the book. It does not have to include the full title of the song in the title of the book, as long as you have one noun, verb, or adjective from the song in the title of the book, it works. An example would be if you pick the song The Story of Us, any book with the word story or us in the title will work. The articles like the, of, and, a, those do not count. And then once round 3 ends, we will have our final 2 albums, the final showdown. That is going to be round 4, and it will go from December 23rd until December 26th. The theme for this one is going to be costume quick change. You want to match the cover of your book to one of the costumes that Taylor wears during the Eras tour. Some examples are for Folklore. My favorite dress has some lace on it, so it could be a book with lace on the cover, or you could read a book with gloves on the cover for Tortured Poets, or something with snakes on the cover if you were wanting to vote for Reputation. One thing that I do want to mention, this is a silly, goofy readathon. This is us celebrating our love for the Eras Tour and Taylor Swift's music and all of those good things. So if you think a book counts and fits one of the prompts, it counts. Please feel free to be creative with this. Feel free to stretch the prompts. Feel free to do a shenanigan, please. I love a good shenanigan, and this is the readathon to do them on. Merch will be going back up on my bonfire. The plain text merch will be available as of right now. And then I haven't had a chance yet to update the In Screaming Color version of the Eras Readathon merch, but this will be getting an update since we do need to add Tortured Poets. The bonfire link will be linked down below, along with a doc with the rules for this year's version of the readathon and my Discord, which is where I run the readathon from. So there's a small little section that's the Eras Readathon. That is where you are going to see the graphics first and foremost. I will be uploading everything to Instagram as well. You can't make it private on Instagram. If you want to check those out, they're linked down below in the description. There will also be sprints, so make sure that you are following me and you are in the Discord so you can be notified as to when those happen. And speaking of sprints, some of our sprints, we will be teaming up with Romcomathon, which is a readathon run by Aoife over at Pretty Purple Polka Dots. I will have the link for that down in the description box. It starts on December 8th and it is holiday rom-com focused this year. That is everything that you need to know for the 2024 Eras Readathon. Like I said, this is the last year, so let's make sure that we go out with a bang. If you are feeling chatty, I would love to know which album you want to win, as well as your prediction for which album will win, even if that's maybe not the album you want. I would love to see what your thoughts are there. Who's gonna win? If you're not feeling chatty, feel free to answer that question with heart emojis. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, the subscribe button is right down there if you like the vibes. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!